Hello, YouTube. Y'all read the title correctly. I'll probably name it something like Boyce Watkins done a target Lizzo or something like that. But anyways, we just could not end this year out. It was only 5 more days left in the damn year, and it's like, damn, you conscious motherfuckers get on my damn nerves. Now this ain't totally the trash darn on Boyce Watkins, so the Boyce Watkins stands, just hold your darn on panties and underwear, honey. But boys, I still got to get on you nonetheless for this bullshit. So as y'all know, Boyce Watkins has got under fire for making comments about Lizzo. Now he hasn't really said anything that nobody else wasn't saying. However, considering Boyce Watkins' presence and who he is, he's a a respected I think he's a psychiatrist. He got a PhD in no, he's a financial analyst. But he think the way he portrays himself, it comes off like a psychiatrist at times. But he has a PhD in financial literacy. He is known to give economics talks. He's experienced in that field for over 25 years. He has a multitude of channels on YouTube, including Your Black World, his own channel, Boyce Watkins. And then he has the Fly Nubian Queen for the sisters. You know, my personal favorite. I love viewing over there is Miss Sister Vicky Dillard. But anyways, over the past 2 weeks, now this is what is looking irritating with me with Boyce Watkins. Has he said stuff that nobody else has said? No. He has basically said everything what everybody else has been thinking, especially with the latest scandal with Lizzo twerking down their darn gone basketball game or whatever. It was deplorable. It was atrocious. Didn't nobody ask for it? Bitch, you was not performing. What was you doing? Didn't nobody want to see that darn war-shaped booty? Because I'm not about to give you a pass either. It's like nobody didn't ask to see your darn slouch darn cakes, honey. Your deflated darn soggy cakes up in that darn 4X darn shirt, baby. Didn't nobody ask for that. Wouldn't nobody darn waking up saying, ooh, I wonder what Lizzo's ass look. Honey, nobody wasn't thinking about that. Now, we understand you all positivity and all this, that, and the third. But, bitch, that doesn't mean we want to see the positivity. That's good if that's you. But before that, does that mean Boyce, being in the position that he's in, should he take it a step further and do what he's doing? Hell no. Hell no. To no. Now, this is where you fucked up, Boyce. You did not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 8 videos on the girl. Now, we know the bitch is fat. We know she's morbidly obese. We know she's darn got more love handles than a little bit. We know her circumference is to be continued. We know that you have to get an extra darn measuring tape and combine it just to pick up what her darn circumference is around that darn waist. We know this. But do you have to make 8 videos on the girl and then knowing your position is more petty? Because it's like you a person of mega influence. You a verified person. So it's totally different when a commentator such as myself, who only has like 800 subscribers, or even if I was Tasha K, it's a lot different from somebody who's in the realm of, celebrity gossip who does it versus somebody of Boyce caliber. So the fact that you called out was one thing in itself. Then it's like you didn't stop there. Even when she did clap back on you, you could have been the professional and paid the dust. It's like she's young enough to be your child. You was in your 50s, sir, and she is in her early 30s. She's like 32, 33. You could have been mature about it and paid it dust. But no. You, instead of just doing your one response video, in the past week alone, I counted between your platforms, you by yourself have done 7 additional videos within the past 5 days. All of them being an average of about 30 plus minutes long. That's not even including the videos that your other people on the Fly Nubian Queen network has done. So now it comes off as a form of bullying. So now I can see why some people feel some type of way in regards to Boyce Watkins, because it's like Number one, you being a plus size person and you didn't darn gonna lose weight when you was 30 some years old. So it's like the pot calling the kettle black. How is you trying to fat shame her? And it took you to damn near 50 years old to get the weight off your damn self. And unlike darn on Jennifer Hudson or Oprah Winfrey, who Oprah Winfrey done gained the weight back like Janet Jackson, you know, they stay gaining and losing, gaining and losing, gaining and losing. But unlike them who actually got skinny, or Jennifer Hudson who stayed skinny, Christy Alley, she's another one too. You know, gain it, lose it, gain it, lose it. Honey, you ain't never been thin. You still thick now. You darn gone Monique type of darn gone slim. Y'all that slim thick that you look good at your current thickness. You're no longer in the obese category. You just in the slightly overweight, but you're still healthy. You're fit. You're exercising, so you don't have to worry about no immediate cardiovascular problems in conjunction with overweight because you might be fluffier, but you're keeping yourself more active. You just got a few extra pounds, and then when you lose all that weight, we have to think about the fact that sometimes you have the extra skin and stuff, and sometimes people have to undergo surgery to get rid of all that skin and stuff. Something that somebody like you and Monique wouldn't have to worry about. Both y'all being millionaires, y'all can easily afford the surgery or whatever. But Lizzo just got her ass in the damn dough. Both of y'all motherfuckers took until 40s to get y'all shit together. Sister Monique didn't start losing weight until, let me see, about 10 years ago. She's just 52 now. It took her about 42, 43 to get her weight together. You damn near 50, if not a little bit over 50, and you just got your shit down within the past year or two. So why is you darn gone overly going at her on her weight? So once again, right message but wrong messenger. Once again, right message from the wrong darn gone messenger. You can't be the darn gone pot trying to call out the damn kettle, and you just got your shit together and you ain't all the way slimmed down your damn self. So that's why people are mad with Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins, you being very petty. And it's like, it doesn't help that you got all this other bullshit going on with you. You in this back and forth with darn gone Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore from the ADOS movement. Then you got darn gone Umar. He done finally darn gone got his Ritalin and he's darn gone back on. Cause Umar, I was scared for him for a moment. He was out there in the darn gone sunken place for a moment. Not, he ain't swirling or anything as far as I know, but he was in a very depressed state, and we seen him, he was sweating profusely and still ain't came up with the receipts for the school. And, he gave some half-ass excuse, which I can see to a certain extent on the Breakfast Club, but still it's like, honey, it's been 10 years. You should ask for some assistance, even if you trying to make this school independent and all this, that, and the third, and you was given the facts about where the charter school is not yours and all this, that, and you want a full independent school. Okay, I could have sworn he said he wanted the charter school himself at first, but then you darn gonna change the narrative up once you realize that the coins wasn't coming in, or you couldn't get the state to fully fund you, and then you got somebody else doing dedicated videos about you, about your darn on license credentials and stuff still in jeopardy. But then you talked about you never really got your darn on license, so that adds another darn on area to it. But that's a whole nother video for another day. Back to Boyce Watkins. You got all that going on with Umar. You got Yvette and darn on Antonio. Now you got the darn on celebrity guy. You just getting it from all sides. And this shit could have easily been avoided. You did not have to respond. You could have took the damn high road. But instead, you wanted to talk about her darn on sunken darn on butter biscuit rolls, honey. Just tacky. And it's like, hell, if it's like, how in the hell you supposed to be encouraging people, and you darn gone talking about that, equating them to being a prostitute and everything. I was like, well, goddamn. Now she, what she did was tacky and all that. However, do we got the darn be so uncouth and start comparing motherfuckers to prostitutes and shit? It's like, goddamn, the bitch is worth $8 million, self-made, ain't had the darn shake her titties or nothing down to the pole with nobody, no shade to the Amber Roses and, of the world. But it's like, well, damn, you comparing her to a prostitute and all these whores and ancient mammies and all this. And once again, now, Lizzo, you did put some of this upon yourself, but it's like, damn, coming from darn somebody who used to be about just as big as you would think you would be a little bit more sympathetic. Because once again, you encourage somebody to change over for the better with more of a sweeter approach versus trying to down them. It's like, how the hell you supposed to be encouraging and you up here being condescending, calling her all types of darn fat, slouchy, ancient mammies and all this, that, and the third. Even if it was, it is true. However, the tone of which you express it is so off-putting and so condescending and repulsive. It's like you have run her off from even trying to seek the help. And now she feels awkward about even expressing it. We already know she's insecure. But now she can't really go to the proper channels of trying to get her health and stuff together because now you done put her out on Front Street. Now somebody like her, she has the personality where she will rebel and darn gonna do what she's doing twice as hard to offset the bullshit that you doing. Boys, but what is y'all thoughts on this? Like I said, it's just messed up all the way around. Once again, do she come off somewhat like an anti-mammy character? Yes. But Boyce pointed out, a fact that once again, this contradicts what he said because he said there's a level of cooning to do anyway when you're in the entertainment industry. You mentioned about the fact that she's been on for years, but nobody didn't see her talent and everything with playing the flute and everything back when she was smaller. She always been plus size, but she wasn't as big as she is now. But back when she was fully clothed and was just playing the flute, he mentioned about how, nobody seen her talent, and it wasn't until she started taking her clothes off and started acting ratchet and all this, that, and the third, that people started noticing her. And I would say that's somewhat of a fallacy because not every video of hers she's doing that. I've actually looked at, Lizzo's Discovery, and she does it tastefully for the most part. And here's another thing. Let me get some water and I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, I had to get me some water real quick. Felt my mouth getting dry. But here's another thing. He did went into darn twerk shaming her. Because for y'all that don't know, I look at both Boyce Watkins and y'all know I've become quite fond of Lizzo. Now, I know Lizzo need to lose some damn weight. However, Rome wasn't made in a day, and fitness for somebody as big as her takes darn just as much time. So, once again, is she capitalizing off her bigness? Yes, she is. But don't act like she's the first big black bitch to darn do it. Because before her, we have, now granted, she's the one that's done it in the most distasteful way. Everybody else done it a little bit more playfully and was not showing their ass down near the darn basketball. So before I start naming off these people who fall in her category, none of them have done this, though, with the showing their ass at the basketball. I don't remember Monique showing her ass at the basketball game. Who else profit off of their bigness? Lunel is still a big bitch. She ain't darn flapping her ass down in the basketball game. Adele Givens, a lot of your darn comedians are plus size. Let me see. Adele, believe it or not, profited off her bigness. Don't think because she darn is dressed down in the darn Sister Mary Clarence gown that she was darn not profiting off of being a big bitch, honey. Because the real reason that they uplifted Adele was because this was a plus size darn woman. She was like a more prettier version of Susan Boyle. And for whatever reason, it seems like it's like the white version of a soul sister. You know, in the church, the big heavy doggone contralto voice is from the heavier set woman that can go deep in the diaphragm and go down low. You know, we darn gonna give our darn gone contraltos in the darn gone choir that darn gone respect and whatever. And it's very rare to see a plus size white woman who can channel those vocals. Of course, it comes so naturally for us darn old melanated brown skinned girls. But you know, another topic, another day. But Adele, would she have received as much attention if she was thin? Because really, she only has like 2.5 octaves, but she does good with them. She's very phenomenal. Overall, she's a good singer. However, when people go overboard and say she can outsing Beyonce, hell no, bitch. Hell no, bitch. You might, and no, like we compared the low notes, the mid notes, the high notes. Honey, Adele can't compete with Beyonce in any regard. Toni Braxton, she can't go low like darn on Toni, bitch. She ain't about to do it like Toni. Rihanna, maybe. Okay, we might can compare you to Rihanna. What's your name? Rihanna, what's your name? But bitch, not darn gone Toni, not B. And even to your white counterparts, Lady Gaga, no. Jessie J, hell no. Miss Dargon can go up to like a C7 note, hell fuck no. I don't even think Adele can hit a darn C6 sharp, let alone a darn C7, bitch. So, would Adele been as successful as she was now if she didn't start out as big? There's a lot of people who profit off of their bigness, no matter whether you're black or white. No matter whether you're black or white. Shout out to Michael Jackson. But Adele started out profiting off of being big. Sam Smith started out being big. I can't think of the white comedian right now, but he started off being big before he slimmed down. Then you got Anderson from, Blackish. He started out being big and then slimmed down. Tracy Morgan, well, he's still big, but he was bigger at one time and then lost a little bit of the darn on weight. And the list goes on and on. Monique. So it's like, it comes off distasteful when you're not allowing her to darn gonna do the same thing that everybody else is doing. And it's like, she's still fairly young. She just got put on for the most part. Why don't you give her a couple years? And then after a couple years, if she's still not darn gone saying, okay, I done got enough of my money, I can start slimming down. Because that's what they do. I noticed this trend with big people who get into the industry, who know that they're obese, but they profit off of being big. And once again, this is not a mammy role, even in general. Now, Lizzo, unfortunately, you are carrying yourself like a mammy, but as far as big people in general, you're not the first person to do this. Because Gabrielle Sillabe, she got her big break, no pun intended, off of playing, Precious. When she got that darn TV thrown at her ass by darn Monique, and Monique said, oh, bitch, you think you too good for the welfare? You better get your fat, stinking ass down to the... And then, you had Mariah Carey looking darn like white sister down in the social services. And you had Monique crying, talking about, who gonna love me? If she leave, who gonna love me? All of that shit. And then she went on into Empire, and she has now lost over 100 pounds. But, she profited off of her bigness first. And it's like, that's what I see Lizzo's doing. So, yes, it's distasteful. However, you got to put it in the right context that she's not the first to do it. We have to highlight that we as a whole culture, we have allowed this to go on for so long where Lizzo could come in under this umbrella. And we need to change the narrative where we allow people to come in, especially in our community. Because, Adele would have ultimately been okay, regardless. Because, whiteness, it's easier for them to see their talent no matter what the size. But blackness, honey, we always have to be tokenized no matter what the size is. You see, no matter whether you're thin or big, it's always a tokenism in certain regards. They always recycle Viola Davis for the top leading roles in Hollywood at the moment. Cicely Tyson, we love our great grandmother in our head, but honey, do she have to be the only great grandmother? It's like we can have like 3-4 different white matriarchs that we can name in the white community. We can name darn on Maggie, Miss Dame Maggie, who played on Harry Potter, who played in Sister Act, who's now in another UK movie, Across the Seas or whatever. And then we got, Meryl Streep. The list just goes on and on. James Fonda, list goes on and on. But we can't name too many of Betty White. But then when we go to the black counterparts in that age range, the only person we can name is Cicely Tyson. Who else do we have other than Cicely Tyson? You can't think of not one. You have to go down to the 70s and 80s, 70s and 60s range. And then you have, Jennifer Lewis and all of them. You have, I can't think of her name right now. Chocolate Sister, Loretta Devine. You have them, all of them in the 60s, but you can't think of nobody on up there because, once again, we tokenize the roles. But back to the token mammyism. It's bittersweet. It is indeed, because once again, she is profiting off of off of being like a mammy-like figure. And what Boyce said was not wrong. However, the way that he said it and has perpetuated it after the fact, after she has received what you said and did not take kind to it, you could have did your one response and that was it. But the fact that you kept going on and you a man that's old enough to be her father, that is what is off-putting to a lot of people. It's like you already said what you had to say. She had to say what she had to say. You said what you had to say back, but now you have got it to the point where you're carrying on. Now we know she done put you out there, but I don't feel sorry for you because you're somebody that may not be a B or A-list celebrity, but you're somebody who would be seen as like, I would put Boyce Watkins as E or F list. Like, he's somebody of notable regard where he has quite a bit of reach. And you work in the same circles to a certain extent. Like, you got the phone number to darn on Charlemagne the God on speed dial. You got access to people like Claude Anderson and all of these folks. You can darn on contact Roland Martin directly if you want to. So being in the industry, it came off uncouth the way that you went by darn on trash talking her. And then, like I said, comparing her to a prostitute. And then this what really threw me for a loop. Let me get a drink real quick. He then had the audacity to say her twerking in general was uncalled for. And I was like, now, and this is what got a lot of people confused, because now we are going outside of the event of basketball and talking about her in general. And this is what pissed me off. Now, the false comparisons are coming in regards to, well, Beyonce does this and Rihanna does this, and we don't trash talk. I thought it was mighty convenient that we just stuck with the black folks on this subject. Like, we could have talked about some of the white sisters who do they struggle twerks, like Miley Cyrus and, Iggy Azaleas. But, I digress. But people was bringing up Beyonce. Nobody says nothing when she twerks and this, that, and the third. And Vicky Dilla brought up the excellent point that the main subject was this bitch was showing her well-shaped ass down in the basketball arena. I don't have no damn problem with anybody wanting to twerk or whatever on the damn stage. As an entertainer, you have free reign to do whatever you want. Now, boys, this is where you showed your damn slip in my Mariah's voice. How many of y'all watch Married to Medicine? Honey, Boyce was acting like darn Dr. Jackie, showing your damn slip, talking about somebody twerking in general is just unprofessional and all this. And you a flute, you play the flute and all this. Boy, so let me get your darn weeble wobble head ass down together. You remind me so much of darn Anderson. When big people lose weight, you still got that big head, but unfortunately for you to be so intelligent, your brain is about as small as a chickpea on this particular subject. So let me get your darn weeble wobble bobble head self together. Now, what in the hell is playing an instrument and being able to twerk at the same time had to do with being unprofessional? Because once again, number one, I am so sick and tired of when it comes to us as black people, we degrade twerking in our community, in the black American community. But everywhere else, it is seen as a form of culture. And people make the false comparisons in saying that, oh, well, when African people do it over in Africa, it's a sign of spirituality and all this, that, and the third, and we do it just for the fun of it, so it's not the same. No, hell, it ain't. Because when darn gone Africans turn on the damn music, they're not darn gone worshiping the gods, or nowadays they worship white Jesus. They got darn gone white Julius Caesar Jesus walking around in Ghana and shit, but y'all talking about return to the damn motherland, but y'all got white Jesus over there. But you know, that's another video for another day. Y'all go check out the Dr. Mumby show on that bullshit. But not all of them be darn on twerking on just, you know, spirituality. They twerk for the fun of it. When they hear some music or whatever, they get the darn on doing all this with the arm back, and they get this jigging it and shaking it and throwing it back in a circle, and, you know, dirty whining it and all that shit. And it's not always in the form of, you know, spiritual culture. It's darn on just the natural dance. I feel the darn on rhythm. And I'm going to show you how the darn rhythm supposed to be in the darn music, honey. And we going to darn do a little whine and drop it back 2 good times, pop it back up, throw it back in a circle. Honey, the Africans know how they originated the damn shit. And then we derive from them. And no matter how many generations we might be removed, it shows you that epigenetics is real, because we still have that in us. And when you go to the Caribbean, and when they're doing they darn on dirty wines and slow wines and all that, they name it in the Caribbean, don't nobody say shit. But once we do our own version in America, see, Jamaicans, they can have their darn on raunchiness. The Bajans, they can have theirs. The Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans. But soon as the black Americans, we do ours, all of a sudden we deem all types of hoish and sluttish and damn shit. If you don't sit your darn on judgmental damn self the fuck down, I know damn something. Now, granted that, do some people take it far like the Amber Roses of the world? You know what, that's a bad comparison, because Amber Rose is a white bitch. But I'm trying to think of the black equivalent to Black China. So, do some people take it to the extreme like Black China? Yes. But does that mean that everybody who's doing it is distasteful? No. Because once again, it depends on the scenery, it depends on the place. If you're Beyonce, if you Rihanna, if you are Megan Thee Stallion, if you're Nicki Minaj and you shaking your behind on the stage, I don't see no problem with that. And just because Lizzo is bigger, I don't think we should be trash talking her. And then the excuse is, oh, well, she plays the instrument, so she shouldn't be shaking her ass. Excuse me? So we saying because somebody's a musician, they can't darn gonna shake their ass? Honey, I guess darn gonna Prince didn't get the motherfucking memo. Because last time I checked, didn't Prince know how to play like darn gone 7 darn gone instruments? And wasn't he showcasing his darn gone high yellow darn gone ass and darn gone chaps? Wasn't he darn gone up on the motherfucking stage? Because y'all try to then demonize the millennials, talking about, oh, this some millennial shit. Here come y'all Gen X motherfuckers with, oh, nobody in our generation wasn't doing this and this, that, and the third. But then y'all just forget all about darn on Prince with them darn on assless chaps darn on twirling around. Purple rain, purple rain. I ain't got no money. Honey just darn gone had the hair pressed out and everything. Hair pressed out, the eyeshadow, the lip gloss, the assless chaps, and every motherfucking thing. Y'all gonna act like Miss Janet, Miss Nasty Girl wasn't darn gone rock it. Now, granted, she ain't have no ass, but that's why she had to give you all the dance moves and shit. But y'all gonna act like y'all didn't have that? Really? And we can go on and on. We could go to Miss Little Kim, don't stress them. Put your lighters up. Put your lighters up. We gonna act like y'all didn't have Foxy Brown. This is going out throughout all the 80s and the 90s. Really? Donna, 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 Donna. Now, granted, Donna wasn't all the way stripped down, but we could take it to y'all baby boomers. Let's not act like y'all didn't grow up in a generation of Miss Darngone androgynous, queen of the androgyny, honey. Before you had darngone Naomi Campbell, bitch, you had darngone Grace Jones. Miss showcased the titties in every motherfucking thing. Miss darngone tell you what she wants done to her cootie cat. And then we also had Miss can speak 7 different languages. Can sing in 5 different languages. The legendary, the iconic, also played the Madam Yzma, baby. How many of y'all are familiar? You have to be a 90s babe to know Madam Yzma for the Emperor's New Groove. But before she played that, she was known as the iconic, the legendary, the forever timeless Eartha Kitt. So we're going to act like Miss Eartha Kitt wasn't shaking her little bony tail feather. We wouldn't act like darn on Eartha Kitt wasn't around here liberating and shit. So we have the baby boomers with Eartha Kitt and darn on Grace Jones and all of them. Then we go into darn on the 70s era with Prince. And then we go on to the 90s, Foxy Brown and all of them. Then we go into the 2000s. Beyonce started to come out solo. We got J-Lo. Later 2000s, we got Rihanna. Now we got all these girls of the day, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, before she went in retirement, Cardi B, and etc. But you calling out her because she plus size. That's what darn gonna piss me the fuck off. I mean, and then they're gonna say just because she plays an instrument, then automatically she shouldn't have to darn gonna subject herself to twerking, as if twerking supposed to be a bad thing. Y'all motherfucking darn gonna so-called woke people darn gonna get on my nerves with that bullshit. Y'all get up, and then it's like you supposed to be on more of the Pan-African. That's what really got with me with Boyce. It's like, bitch, you just came from Ghana. How in the hell you just got from Ghana wearing the dashiki and everything, and I had to defend you against darn on Yvette and them darn on making fun of you talking about Fred Flintstone and the dress and all this shit, because I don't believe in xenophobia. It's like, now you don't have to be over there and agreeing with what he's doing, but let's not darn gonna be xenophobic and insulting traditional garments and shit. Just because you think it's feminine for a man to have a dress on, y'all know I don't believe in the gender roles when it comes to certain attire. It depends on the person in the attire. Because once again, most men in Africa are not gay men, are not trans women. So I don't understand this, anybody in a dress is feminine and all that. That's that bullshit that we do in the black community. And I understand that, yes, in America, they're trying to emasculate the black man. They're putting, straight black men in dresses with more of the programming of the feminism and all that. I understand that. But that does not mean you should turn around and then trash talk our African brothers and sisters who do that as an actual culture. Because yes, they're doing this here in America to try to feminize the black man. I understand that. However, that does not mean you get the doggone shit talk all of Africa. You don't have to take yourself there, but don't shit talk the brothers and sisters over there, because that's what creates unnecessary division. We ain't darn gonna seeing darn gonna white Americans darn gonna talking about Scottish men in the darn gonna quilts. We ain't seeing British Americans talk about the Greeks. with the long robes and stuff that they used to wear. We ain't hearing them talk about the robes that they still wear today over in there over in Italy with the Pope. We ain't talking about none of them, but when it comes to our community, we want the darn talk about the African brothers and sisters wearing the dashikis and stuff. And when our black Americans go over there to the motherland and they wear the garments, all of a sudden y'all want to make darn gay jokes and all that. And then want to turn around and talk about, oh, I'm not xenophobic, I'm not homophobic. Honey, you sure can fool the fuck out of me. Because once again, if you really didn't care, why is you putting so much emphasis on this? And then it goes back to Boyce Watkins. Once again, now, here you is wanting people to feel, and like I said, what Antonio and them did was wrong against you, but you make it hard for people to feel some type of way against you then when you turning around and spreading so much negativity to somebody else. Because we know our sister needs to lose weight. But why is you, as a person who is still plus size yourself, who was around her weight back in the day, going at her with the venom of disdain and comparing her to a prostitute and saying that she shouldn't twerk in general and all this, that, and the third? It went a step further into not only, embarrassing her, but also disrespecting the cultures of the African communities that you just came from. So that really would put a bad taste in my mouth with Boyce Watkins. And I'm going to chop this up as, maybe he didn't know, which is hard to believe. He's twice my age. You would think he would be twice as wise, but this goes to show you, not all people who are doggone well seasoned is doggone seasoned in mind. Bitch, you might be seasoned in age, but honey, your dendrites did not doggone progress for the better. So this goes to show sometimes you can't listen to all the elders, because the elders are the ones keeping this bullshit up in the YouTube streets. Have y'all not noticed that most of these beefs have been with people over the age of 40, but we the millennials supposed to be the ones that's all dysfunction? Honey, you got Umar, you got Tariq Nasheed, you got Yvette Carnell. Ain't she about 47, 48 herself? I try to Google search to see what Yvette Carnell's age is. I couldn't even pull it up. I think she's about 47, 48. Antonio Moore, he's about 42, 43. Boyce Watkins is like 50 something. And then the person making the videos about Umar Johnson and his accreditations, he's like 40 something. All you motherfuckers darn gone 40, 50 some years old, carrying on this bullshit. But then you want to turn around and talk about a plus size woman who's just trying to make her way in the industry. And like I said, it's distasteful. It is somewhat degrading, but she would learn. Like that's something that, and if you was really coming from a genuine place, that is something that you should have DM'd her. Especially if somebody of your reach, you could have reached out to her management. And that would really piss me off with Boyce as well. Because it's like, it's one thing if Tasha K would have did that as a celebrity commentator, but you as a person who typically carries themselves with more decorum, if you really came off with a place of concern about this woman's health, you could have reached out to her on the back end. You could have darn hit her up in the DMs and darn say, hey sister, I understand that you getting your money up and stuff, but as you get your money, I want to showcase, I want to teach you some ways of how to lose weight and stuff and become healthier. I know right now that you making money off of this because, you in that same lane as Monique, you in the same lane as Gabrielle Syllabe and all of them. But just like they, eventually had to learn that they had to eventually slim down for the better of themselves, I want to teach you the same way. This is the diets that I've done. This is my before and after. So I'm not coming from a place of judgment. I've been where you at, and I just want to help you out when the time comes. Soon as you stack, you get another couple of hits under your belt, and you got your, 10 million plus stacks secured. Then you can start slimming down just like Gabrielle Syllabe, like myself, Boyce Watkins, Monique, and all the others. Oprah Winfrey was on the Weight Watchers, still is. Who else? DJ Khaled ain't lost damn shit. That motherfucker looked like he gained about 2 pounds. But he claims that he's trying to lose weight too. Timberland lost a lot of weight. Of course, Missy Elliott, she had Graves' disease, so it was natural for her to slim down. But Timberland, he naturally lost a lot of weight. So both on the males and females, Black, White, Sam Smith done lost the weight. Adele started slimming down as well. Everybody. But they all had a level of profit off of portraying being bigger. Except in the black community, when you're bigger and you're portraying the way like Lizzo, unfortunately, it does come off more like a mammy as opposed to just a lovable plus-size white woman. You're not seen in the same regard as, what's that white girl that's always getting all the movie deals and shit? I can't think of her name right now, but she's all over TV right now. Plus-size black woman. Plus-size white woman with brownish black hair. She's always in everything, getting all the doggone roles right about now. No pun intended. The roles and the movie roles, peep the double entendre. But she's a big girl as well. And she profits off of being big. Is it McCartney or something like that? Jenny McCartney. Not the blind girl, not the one that was on The View, but I want to say, is it Melissa McCartney? Because it sounds just like the girl that used to be on The View, the actress, but she's thin. She's a blonde-haired thin woman. I'm thinking about the plus-size one with the brown hair. She profits off of being a big bitch too. But she, I think she mentioned about slendering down after, she started becoming more successful and all this. So this is the trend with all of them. They profit immediately on getting the money, and then they darn gonna get the weight down. So it comes off distasteful that we don't allow a Lizzo to do the same. But, in the future, we need to shut this shit all the way out, where we should be making it where they shouldn't have to resort to that. It's like, why is we darn still glorifying the obese image in the first place, where people on both sides of the aisle have to do this? And it's like, we over-demonize our own black counterparts, but we don't dare go at the white counterparts. Because Jenny McCartney, and once again, not the blonde girl, but I can't think of her name, Jenny or Melissa McCartney, the comedian, she's about the same size, and I haven't seen her get nowhere near this amount of criticism as far as being big in general and doing the antics that she does. Now, granted that once again, with Lizzo, she takes it to another level because she's perpetuating negative stereotypes of the mammy, per se, with the basketball game, but I feel that it should be focused on that. A lot of people have taken it out of the basketball game, and it's gone as far as critiquing her in general on stage, and that's what I don't agree with. Boyce Watkins has went from critiquing her performance on stage to now making videos on the basketball game, to now critiquing what she does in general on stage and all of that, twerking and playing with the flute at the same time. And it's like, my thing is no problem with that. Because once again, nobody said shit to Prince. Nobody said shit to darn any other artist that knows how to do that. Lady Gaga, honey, she'll darn give you a spin in a leotard and then jump up and start playing the motherfucking piano. So why is we singling darn Lizzo out as far as her stage performance? So that's what I did not get with all these people talking about, oh, well, she don't need to do that. Number one, she wants to, and she has every right to motherfucker do it. It's part of her black culture, and she wants to darn shake her darn war shape behind, let her shake it. Now, granted that it's not as aesthetically pleasing as a Beyonce's or a J-Lo's or a Rihanna or whatever. And even as a bigger girl, girl, I'm going to be real with you. You a little bit sloppy with yours, honey. It's like, even as a bigger girl, you ain't giving it to us like Jill Scott. You ain't giving it to us like plus size J-Lo. It's about borderline. Hell, I can't even think of nobody else that would be in that category, right? Because nobody else in her size range has ever done nothing like that. But once again, if she wants to do it, she has every right to do it. Just not down at the basketball game. And that's what should have been the emphasis. I felt that Boyce Watkins lost the focus when he took it from the basketball game to critiquing her whole aesthetic as far as being an entertainer. Because now, once again, he has went to trash talking to her about being on the stage twerking. And that's where I had to put my foot down. Because it's like, what you won't do is darn gonna make it where, like, black Americans, we should feel shame for doing something that is naturally in us to do that should not be looked down upon. Just because you're looking at it from an over-sexualized manner, it depends on the person who's doing it. Because you can have a whore dressed in a full dress, and then you can have a professional partially nude and can exude more command and excellence than that whore in a dress. A perfect example. If you put Amber Rose in a full-on gown all the way down to the floor, that is not going to distract, that is not going to take away from who Amber Rose is. Amber Rose is still the queen of the slut walk. She is still promoting whoredom and all this, that, and the third. Now you strip Beyonce down to a leotard and she's dancing to Drunken Love, she is still going to be able to command a more respect for herself and can still shake hands with our former First Lady Michelle. She can go over there and converse with Princess Markle and them. Why is that? Why is Beyonce able to command more respect? Is because it's not the clothes. It's the person within the clothes. It's what you do. It's how you carry yourself overall. So once again, I'm so sick and tired of when people say just because you're partially nude and automatically you're not deemed respectful. Because once again, Beyonce, we've seen her in all types of leotards and scandalous clad gowns and stuff, but she's always innately a queen and she is respected as such. However, you can have somebody fully dressed up like Amber Rose and she will always be respected as, you know, the lady of the evening, honey. The darn gone prostitute. The darn gone come up queen. With a darn gone you. Not a O. Catch. Miss darn gone sniffing darn gone spouses underwears and shit. Like, what type of nasty, freaky... See, we knew you wasn't a darn gone black bitch when you darn gone talk about that. Talk about you darn gone sniffing your darn gone boyfriend's dirty drawers and shit. I don't give a damn if Amber Rose was dressed up as Sister Mary Clarence. That bitch will always be a darn gone whorish fiend. So, once again, you have to judge people based off of their actions and not their attire or what they're doing as far as profession-wise. Beyonce can twerk and still shake hands with Michelle Obama. But honey darn gone Kim Kardashian, you notice that she's trying to convert her whole life over to Jesus Christ all of a sudden, and she's a lawyer and all this, that, and the third. I bet you she go over there with darn gone the Princess Markle and them. Honey, that bitch still can't get the darn gone time of day. So once again, it's not the actions, it's the darn gone person who they innately are. And inside, I think Lizzo is still a genuine human being. She hasn't done nothing that is too repulsive. Like, she ain't out here on no Kim Kardashian type shit. She ain't out here on no Amber Rose shit. Now, is she darn gone cooning it up to a certain extent? Yes, she is. However, we know in this industry... Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get my darn on tissue again. I'm so sick of this bipolar weather. It's warm today, and it was ice cold yesterday, and it darn gone got my darn gone... Sucks having Crohn's disease. Darn gone low-ass immune system. But where was I at? Yeah, like I said, it depends on the person on the inside. Y'all get what I'm saying with this? Where if Kim Kardashian, I don't give a damn how many black people she freed, and I commend her for that. And I'm not saying people can't turn their life around, all this, that, and third, but I think it's mighty strategic the way that she's going by doing it, honey. Why trying to take on the guys of blackface? That's why I don't find it sincere. It's like she's not doing it as an authentic darn gone white woman. It'd be something different if she was like, you know, the modern day age of the white sisters that marched with us in the civil rights movement, or the ones that helped Hedman Tubman during the Underground Railroad and shit, the white people that we don't speak about that actually helped out black folk and was not doing it for press and darn gonna come up of their own status trying to redeem their whoredom and demonic behavior like the Kardashians, triple K's, honey. And they still ain't, they still profit off of the likeness of blackness. Like, we just seen this bitch darn gonna try to look like a combination of Diane Carroll, Beyonce, and darn gone who else? But she talking about she was trying to channel darn gone Elizabeth Taylor, who's about 2 shades lighter than her natural skin tone. Well, then shouldn't you been trying to put on highlighter as opposed to bronzer? That shit didn't make no damn sense. It's like, bitch, you already a light medium complexion your damn self. And you trying to channel somebody who has fair skin. So it would have made more sense aesthetically. And I can speak from this for my professional point of view as a licensed medical esthetician. Bitch, you should have darn gonna put highlighter on your darn gone face to give the illusion of a brighter face, as opposed to bronzing your shit to look like you a darn gone Latina. And all these motherfuckers then come out the woodwork talking about, oh, she's from Armenia. Bitch, Armenia is dead slap in the middle of Europe. And all these motherfuckers don't even take the time to even Google search what Armenian people look like. Honey, darn gone Cher is 100% Armenian. And darn gone Cher is a darn gone white bitch. So it puzzles me when people say, oh, well, Armenians are not white. Well, they might not be Caucasian, but they damn sure are European. Because once again, not all Europeans are Caucasian. But all Caucasians are European, if that makes sense. So she may not be Caucasian, but she's a European bitch. And actually, that still wouldn't, how can I say it? That still wouldn't make sense because she's only half. Now, we got Cher, who's 100%, whose both parents are darn gone Armenian and is naturally fairer in complexion than darn gone Kim Kardashian. So that goes to show right there that Armenians can range in skin tone. Y'all try to make it seem like Armenians are these deep, dark, brown tone people. Like they are, you know, how can I say it? Like they are Beyonce or lighter complexion. Like they are at least J-Lo complexion. But you have somebody who's 100% who's fairer than what your skin tone is natural. And then we just disregard the fact that, you know, Kris Jenner is Scottish and Dutch and all of that. And then they try to lump the Jenner girls in this as well. But it's like the Jenners have 2 white parents. But then they try to call themselves, you know, they never call themselves Armenian. But the corrupted darn gone fan followers will try to loop them in as being Armenian as well. But it's like we seen Kris Jenner's ancestry on The View, and Caitlyn, the other darn gone K, honey. Caitlyn's ass is actually 100% European. Like, she don't got no African. Y'all know how we all say we all got a drop of Mother Africa in her? Caitlyn Jenner's ancestry didn't show not nail drop of Africa. That bitch is 100% European. Now, Kris Jenner, she might be 2% African at best. You know, 2% Middle Eastern, which would give her daughters, 1%? And then as far as, you know, Chloe, Kim, and Courtney, okay, y'all half Armenian along with Robert. But once again, Armenian is dead at smack in Europe. Y'all not even located in the damn Middle East. Now, I can at least see if y'all was trying to claim that y'all was Iranian or Pakistanian. But darn gone Armenian is darn gone close in Europe. Y'all not even in the Middle East of damn Africa. But y'all trying to act like darn gone Armenian is some sort of something other than darn gone being European. They might not be running the mill Caucasian, but bitch, they darn gone not darn gone nowhere near brown. And I know we done changed the subject up last minute. We started this shit off talking about darn gone Boyce and Lizzo, and then we end up going into the Kardashians. So I changed the title and named it about the Kardashians too. I was trying to end this year without trying to mention them darn on fiends, but I guess it is what it is. But y'all tell me y'all thoughts on this entire situation. What are y'all thoughts on, number one, Boyce Watkins and his hypocrisy of calling out a fellow plus size darn on person when it took him to be 40 some years old to get to where he was at? It's like when you was 30, you wasn't thinking about nothing. You wasn't thinking about, this fitness and all this, that, and the third. But you trying to darn on now you been fit for about 2 minutes and you trying to critique her on your platform, which has a large reach in the darn on industry. What are y'all thoughts about that? And then, like I said, now what I was not here for, even though Lizzo has portrayed herself like a character, I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but y'all know some people skip through certain parts of the video, so that's why I purposely repeat myself certain times. So it's not that I'm, just repeating to be repeating. I'm doing this strategically for the people who like to zip through certain scenes. So one more time, what are y'all thoughts about people like Boyce also demonizing twerking in general, but twerking everywhere else is seen part of our cultural identity? You would think somebody who just came from Ghana would know that, but then he comes back to the United States and demonize somebody who is a black sister doing what is innately in our darn on culture. And like I said, not everybody who's twerking has to be compared to a prostitute, because Beyonce ain't never been such, honey. Rihanna has never been such, baby. I don't necessarily know about Nicki Minaj, but as far as I know from her history, she hasn't. Now, she portrays that raunchy life to a certain extent, but she's never been part of it. As far as I know, actually, Nicki Minaj actually was in school for theater, if I'm not darn on mistaken. So it's like, even she hasn't been on that life. She's never been from the Tokyo Tony like background, or Black China, Amber Rose, or anything of that regard. So it's like, you can't compare anybody who's twerking in a negative way. Once again, it depends on the person and their backstory and not what they're doing in that moment. Like I said, Beyonce can command more respect in a leotard than Kim Kardashian, Amber Rose, or any of them motherfuckers can in a full-length Sister Mary Clarence darn on gown, bitch. It's not the darn on attire, it's the person. So y'all leave y'all thoughts about that. Feel free to thumbs up, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.